All right, and welcome in to the Christina's Diner Tiger Football Booster Club Coaching Show, the first edition this year here in 2026. We appreciate Christina's Diner for hosting us, allowing us to do this for 3 years in a row now. A great opportunity to sit down and talk Gordonsville High School football, talk Gordonsville High School in general, and opportunity to really promote all of our student athletes and things that we're doing on and off the field. Got Coach Stephen Jackson with us this morning, several other guests with us. We got Will Petty, Chris McClain, part of our high school football team, will be with us. And then we'll also have Gordonsville High School Principal Mac Petty on with us this morning. We appreciate it. Coach Jackson, great to have you back for year 3 of the Tiger Football Booster Club, now Christina's Diner Coaching Show. Always fun when football season starts.
Oh yeah, it's an exciting time of the year. A lot of work goes into the football players in the season. A lot of work goes into the event we had last night,
Yep.
the Jamboree. There's a lot of work goes into a football season, getting a football field ready. This year the Jumbotron, getting it ready. So it's exciting time and ready for opportunities to be at home and play in front of our crowd.
Absolutely.
Show our town, our community, but and also the away games. So ready to get it started.
Ready to get it started. Well, let's talk about kind of how things get started once the season ends. It doesn't go, dormant for several months. You guys go right back to work the off season, and I know that part of you really stress, Coach, the weight room, and really that's a big part of creating a bond with your team. That's where it all starts, is the weight room.
Yeah, it's huge, and that's we're fortunate enough to have it during the school day. So our kids get weights, a couple times a week, if not 3 times a week. But it's huge for our kids to get in the weight room, because you're building the character. What you do on the football field is what you do in the weight room, and that's shown every night on the football field. But it's also a time that you have to build your body to prepare yourself for a physical football game. And if you don't prepare your body for a physical football game, year-round training, then you're going to get bangs and bruises and injuries that could be prevented. Mm-hmm. Some injuries are contact injuries that are not prevented, but so it takes a lot of work, a lot of process. The process is a long time, but it's a fun process. I love the weight room.
Exactly. I know you do. And it's it's not just how much weight can you throw up. I know you guys invested in the technology part of it this year too, the OVRs. I'll let you kind of talk about that briefly, because I know you were that was big for you to bring in to help in the weight room, but using that technology. If we're going to have it, let's use it, and let's see what it can do to help our football program.
Yeah, I think there's still the old school, I guess you could say, approach to where you just put weight on there and you're trying to max every 4 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. Just try to lift as heavy as you can. And then I guess kind of new day and age is how fast you can move the bar. And the best thing about that is being able to go in every day and you're challenging yourself to beat a number. Beat how fast I moved it. I moved it 0.8 meters per second. I'm going to try to beat it and get 0.81. Or we're jumping. We've got the OVR jumps to where we're testing jumps, and daily they're trying to beat their jump. On different, whether it's a broad jump or it's a vertical jump or a depth drop to a vertical jump. Just always challenging yourself, and and then we do the speed aspect of it too, to where we have speed gates that we're testing how fast they can run on their fastest 10-meter run. And so it's been I think it's great. Yesterday we was able to challenge them after the 3rd set and see who can be in the top 10, and just the effort, the intensity that went into it was totally different than the first 3 sets. So it's something I believe in. Indiana's strength coach, it's now the UT strength coach. That's what he does. And I feel like this is something that hopefully is going to keep our athletes, injury free. And that's the big thing is, an injured athlete's not a good athlete.
Absolutely.
Because I mean they're sitting over doing nothing, or they're having to stretch instead of being able to train. So anything that we can do to keep our athletes healthy is the most important.
And then that translates well to the field, not just keeping them healthy, the explosiveness, the speed to go with the strength. And I know then you combine that, you've got so many kids that you got a roster of 56, 57 kids. You're playing a lot of players too. And that all just translates now onto the field. And when now, Coach, you're getting ready to go into week one. You're went through all the preseason stuff, the scrimmages, all that now translates. Talk about now the translation, the moving from the preseason now to the regular season. You've got week one now. This is week one. Coalfield comes to town this coming Friday night. To me, I think it's one of the best small school rivalries that's really been put together the past couple of years in the state. Two great programs. Let's talk about now. Let's move now from preseason to the regular season. Let's talk about getting ready for week one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a huge challenge the first week. And I mean, you're talking about rival, like, I mean, we're played them in flag football last year. Mm-hmm. Our baseball and softball programs played them last year. You know, we played them last year in football. So, I mean, it is, you know, it's 2 hours away, but, you know, it's getting to be a thing that every sport's trying to play them. So, we're excited about this week. Really good football team. We've been able to see them. You know, a little bit of film on them. Really talented team. Big, strong, physical. Typical, you know, Coalfield football team that is going to be a huge challenge this week. You know, with their size, with their physicality. So, but it's you know, we're ready for the season to start. We talk to our kids all the time about, you know, now it's, you know, you're getting a win or a loss on it, and you got to learn from it still. I mean, it's still a non-region game, so, you know, everybody wants to go 10-0, go 15-0, but the big thing about non-region games is you got to challenge yourself, and you got to learn from, you know, the good things you do and the bad things you do. And I mean, that's a huge thing with our football team. I think, you know, from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2, we learned from the bad things.
Yep.
You know, did scrimmage 2 to scrimmage 3, we didn't respond real well with how we had some success. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, it goes both ways, being able to respond the right way to adversity. Also, you got to respond to, you know, doing really good things. So, and it's a learning experience. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, our kids just got to understand you got to come to work every single day. You know, it's go from one team to the next team, and, you know, respect to every opponent.
It also starts down with leadership on your team. You've talked about this for years. Since you've been here, Eddie Dale and I talked about it during the broadcast, player-led teams. We got two of those leaders that'll be with us here in just a few minutes, so Will Petty, Chris McClain, but you've got a lot of other good leaders to go along with them. This is a player-led team, Coach, and that's what you got to have.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, coach-led team. If I'm having the one to you know, talk about the standards of what we're going to do every day, then I ain't got much time to coach either. So, I mean, you know, and we've got guys that do it. It's a hard process being a leader. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't do something right this time and coach up, you know, your teammates or talk to your teammates about it, but then right on the flip side of it, you know, not do right, and then those young guys respect you and make sure. So, I mean, it's a process. I mean, you know, everybody that, you know, is a leader, you know, from classroom to a principal to a boss at McDonald's, you got to do right.
Absolutely.
And I mean, people are always looking at you. So, but it's you know, there's 14 to 18-year-old kids that's the process. You know, winning football games and everything, but teaching these kids that process is what's going to help them in life. So,
let's get a little bit down to the on the field. I know, Coach, you played a lot of kids last year. You lost a big senior class, but you played so many players last year, Coach. And Eddie Dale and I mentioned this last night during the broadcast. It's almost as if you return a lot of 11 starters on both sides of the field, because on both sides of the ball, because you did play a lot of players. Defensively, you did that last year. This year, same thing. You've got a pretty good rotation defensively going on right now.
Yeah, I think that's the we're fortunate enough to be able to have 56 kids. I mean, we're not going to have 56 kids and play 11 of them, and 45 of them never get to play. We're trying to find something for everybody to be able to do on a Friday night. And there's some people that, are not going to be able to play on a Friday night, and we've got to have them to be great practice players Monday through Thursday to get us prepared for a Friday night. But yeah, I think, the depth that we built last year is showing, on the football field as far as being able to do some stuff offensively and defensively. So, hopefully we'll always be able to play a lot of people like this. And, we're fortunate this year to where we're playing, a lot of older guys, but also playing some younger guys. So it's going to pay off for us in the, the long season that we have, 10 weeks with a bye week in the middle. It gets long and it gets hard, bringing it every day. But the competition level, if you don't bring it that day, that next person's going to step in and take your spot and get those reps. So it's a huge advantage to have, and we're excited about being able to keep on doing that.
Keys to week one, Coach. What's it going to take? I've always said, the biggest improvement sometimes this week, and you said it. Doesn't matter what I say. I trust coaches what they say. The biggest improvements week one to week two, but you got to get to week one first. Okay. So what's the keys this week? What have you got? What do you want to see out of your football team this week? This coming Friday night.
Well, I mean, I think the keys to a week one game is, we've got scrimmages on Cofield, but they're going to obviously do something that we've not seen. I mean, nobody's going into the scrimmages and showing everything that they've, studied up on, went to clinics and watched in the off season. They practice that stuff, Monday through Thursday, and they don't show it on the scrimmage day. So being able to handle what's going to be new from Cofield offensively or defensively, and being able to make an in-game adjustment. I think that's really going to be the big thing. Being able to handle the heat. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot both sides. It's hot in East Tennessee all week. It's hot here. So it's how you prepare your body for, a full-quarter game. And then, I think one of the big things is to week one. And I thought last night we showed, being able to handle. We went down 6-0. Well, we responded the right way, and we started a drive. We had a turnover. Well, we got a turnover. So how you handle the highs and lows of that first game. That it's totally different than scrimmage. It's scrimmages get you ready, but when it means you get a win or a loss on your record, it's how you handle the good things and the bad things on Friday night.
Coach, we know Coalfield's going to bring a crowd with them Friday night. We know we're going to have a crowd Friday night. This to me is going to be, I think it's one of the top 5 games across the state in all classifications. I think it's going to be one of the best atmospheres across the state this Friday night. This is fun. Coach, that's the fun part about it. You get to be down the sideline and coaching, you and Coach Sykes, everybody else. And of course, Coach Petty, you'll be kind of watching over everything, make sure everything's as he does real well. And it's just, these Friday nights are special, Coach.
Oh, yeah. And, you're starting out with a week one like this. Like you said, there ain't many people starting out with a week one. It's kind of like college football is going to nowadays. They're playing, a great first game of the year because it's all about what you learn from that first game. It ain't about, everybody wants to win, but it's what you learn from that first game to get you prepared for your region games, get you prepared for a playoff run.
Coach Stephen Jackson, thank you being with us this morning. We appreciate you being willing to do this. I know you would like to talk for about an hour and a half to us. I meant that sarcastically, by the way. But we appreciate you being here with us today, and we appreciate what you do for this football program, what you mean to us, and we appreciate you being here. You got breakfast waiting on you, so we want you to go there and eat.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Coach Stephen Jackson. We want to bring players Will Petty, Chris McClain on with us. Again, we appreciate Christina's Diner for allowing us to be here. It's been the BB's Bistro show the past couple of years now. Christina's Diner. However y'all want to sit, guys, y'all go wherever y'all want to. Listen, if y'all want a great breakfast, come on out to Christina's Diner. Come out with us every Saturday morning. Great food here. Will, Chris, did y'all enjoy breakfast this morning?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good breakfast, pretty good food right here, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We appreciate y'all being here this morning. This is something we like to do, get our players involved with what we do here. Will Petty, Chris McClain. First of all, I'm going to start with Will over here to my right. 2 senior players, 2 leaders on this team. I know we spoke to y'all during media day about what it means to be, part of this team, getting dressed, being on 24th field last media day, first part of the year. You guys now have been through the rigors of practice, the rigors of the scrimmages. Kind of gauge to us where you feel like, Will, where you feel like this team is right now going into week 1.
Well, I think we've improved a lot since the first scrimmage. With Easter Rob, I don't think we looked our best. But I think since then, we've came together, but we still have a lot to go. I don't think we're as connected as we probably could be. And we just have some little stuff we got to fix. But I think we've came a long way since first scrimmage.
And that's part of the team stuff. That's part of it. It takes a full season to really get into that. Chris, same question to you. Kind of give us your kind of gauge of where this team is right now going into week 1.
I agree with Will. East Rob was a little rough, and then DeKalb we started looking more like a football team. And then last night, of course, they scored the first before us, and then we started getting our drive going. But it was just a quarter. We couldn't really finish it or anything like that. But I feel like we're really coming together. The plays are starting to click. It's starting to look more smooth, more like a football team.
And I know it's a process. And I know it's not just each game, it's also each play. It's also each practice rep. It's each rep in the weight room that gets you better. You now get ready for week 1, talking about the gauge of your football team. Talk about the preparation now for week 1. What does the mindset have to be?
Well, forget about the scrimmage. We'll watch a little bit of film about it, but really focused on Cofield, what they're going to run, what to expect, all their plays, if it's a screen, or if a guard's going to pull, how to tell, just watching it closely.
Same question to you, Will. Talk about now your preparation going into week 1 and what's it going to take to go get that win Friday night?
Yeah, I think we just got to take it day by day, have 4 really good days of practice this week, better than we had last week, and just one foot in front of the other and get better this week to play a real good team Friday.
Well, I know that, seniors, your last year, everybody knows what the ultimate goal is, okay? At the same time, you've got that in the back of your mind, but you also know it's one step at a time, one play at a time. How does it feel to go into week 1 to play an opponent like a Cofield? This is not just your, backyard school coming in. This is a team that loves football just like Orville High School. And you went up there, you saw the atmosphere. They're coming to this atmosphere this week, this Friday night, opening week. What's just kind of the thoughts of going in, playing the type of opponents you've got this Friday night?
I'm real excited. They're always good. They're always going to be a tough team to play in any sport. And I think, like y'all talked about earlier, we built a little bit of a rivalry with them. And I'm just excited. I think this will show us where we're at. I think it'll be a real challenge for us, and it'll show how good we can handle adversity.
Exactly. Chris, how important is it to start the season with such a good opponent? You're not playing just some middle-of-the-road school. You're playing a team, they're playing the same thing you guys are. They're looking for that deep postseason run. How important is it to play the type of opponent you're seeing this Friday night?
I think it's always good to start the season with a good opponent. It gets you prepared for the better teams down the road on the schedule. And if you play someone like Red Bull in the first, you're not going to be prepared to play a good team like Canyon or anybody like that. I think it's great to start with a good opponent.
Is it easier to get a little bit more? Not that we know you're going to be motivated every Friday night, but does it kick that up a little bit more, the motivation to play an opponent like a Cofield on Friday night?
I think it does, because it's like Will said, it's going to be the real test to see how good we are this year, how good we're going to be running in the playoffs.
Same question to you. Does that motivate you even just a little bit extra going into a game that you know, those guys won't come in here and beat you guys real bad. So I know last year in the spring in baseball, you know, I know there was a little. I'm not going to say maybe a little confrontation there. That's okay. That's competitiveness. So does that add a little bit of an edge to this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. I like that answer. I like that answer. Listen, they're gonna have it. You're gonna have it too. That's called compete.
Yeah. And you know, nobody wants to lose their first game.
Exactly.
Especially at home. That's just not something you want. So that's motivating me. And I think it's gonna motivate everybody. Because you know, they're gonna come in here and try and prove that they would have won last year. And we're doing the same thing. Say, well, we actually did win. So I think that's what everybody's looking for this year.
Okay. This Friday night, lights come on. You Jumbotron lit up. Those stands are packed. That tunnel is formed. What do you want to see Friday night from this atmosphere, from this crowd?
I just want everybody to show up, and I know they are. I mean, they always do. I don't think we've ever had an attendance problem.
Never had that.
No. So I just want it to be loud, be energy filled.
I know you do, Chris. Same question to you. How fun is it going to be running out of that tunnel Friday night with what I call one of the greatest atmospheres in high school athletics at Turning Ford Field Friday night?
It's going to be great. I mean, I'm excited to see how Cofield's going to think with how close the stands are to the field. If it's like a third and short and they can't get the play out because it's so loud, it's going to be great.
It's going to be a fun night. Guys, what's it going to take? What's it going to take to get a win Friday night?
Well, we got to play discipline. We got to do little stuff right. That's what Coach Jackson says all the time. Because when you play a team that's as good as you and you don't do the little stuff right, you don't got a chance of winning. So we just got to be disciplined. We got to play hard, Gordonsville football. Just give 100%.
Exactly. Chris, what's it going to take to get that win Friday night against Cofield?
I think a good week of practice and just win the turnover battle, like Coach Jackson said all off season.
I agree. Coach, these guys, they know what they're talking about. They're listening.
They're going to be good coaches.
Exactly. Guys, listen, I'm excited about this season. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for all the seniors and all the players, managers, coaches, and all parts of this program because, you know, we all know what that ultimate goal is, but it starts one step at a time. And that first step is this Friday night against Cofield, Tennessee, against the Cofield Yellow Jackets from Cofield, Tennessee. Good luck Friday night. We're going to be behind you 100% of the way. We've got you back. All right. Thank you, Will Petty and Chris McClain, for being with us this morning. And we're going to bring you on the big dog from the campus of Gordonsville High School. We're going to have Coach Matt Petty with us. Every year we do this third year, we've always had Coach Petty on with us on the opening show because it's not just about, I know he's coached football for a long time, he's the principal at Gordonsville High School, but it's more than just football. It's about the community, it's about the high school and the student athlete part of it. First of all, Coach Petty, thank you for being with us this morning. It's always fun to have you. I got to get your assessment. I know that you probably spent all night talking to your son about his, interview this morning. How do you think he did?
Well, he did better with his head now. Usually he's better with shaking his head, but he did better with that. But, I think, two fine young men right there, and, what they're being taught is evident because they're able to, they're listening and they're things that they can apply to their life after high school.
Absolutely. Coach, and you've been in education for a long time. It's your third year now, I think, as principal at Gordonsville High School, and you've been in coaching for a long time. There's a direct correlation between athletics and academics that when combined, if everything's going well, the whole school seems to run even better. And I think that's a big plus that we have for the high school right now.
Well, a lot of times you've heard old principals say if the football team has a good year, we usually have a good
Exactly,
year.
I've heard that.
But these are just opportunities for us to put kids in situations where benefit them later in life.
Absolutely.
Whether it be a memory that they make on a football field or a basketball court, but you're giving those kids the opportunity to learn how to work with other people. And then the same thing in the classrooms. We're going to put those kids in the best opportunities to, not necessarily to learn math and English and do science, but we're trying to put them in opportunities to see what type of jobs they can
Absolutely.
to benefit from and can go into later on and be, when they get out of school, then the things that hopefully that we can teach them during their time going to high school, help them be better citizens, fathers, mothers, and just help our whole society become better.
Absolutely. We're coming off a great year at Gordonsville High School where we had a lot of success both on the athletic field or court and also in the classroom. I know you pointed that out late last year about how so many programs, athletics, whatever, has been successful, but we don't want to rest on that. You want to continue to improve on that, and I think that's always the thing. How can we get better? And Coach, I think being able to do that is a big plus to show that you can't rest on that. You got to continue to try to get better.
I mean, we had a great year last year. Our athletic programs were outstanding. I think every high school athletic program won their region or district last year. Every female sports team made the state tournament last year. So we had a great year athletic. Our CTE programs that competed, all of them, a lot of them were in state competitions and placed high. Our HOSA competitors, they made it to the, I think they made nationals.
Nationals, yes, they made nationals.
We had a lot of them do great things, but you can't. Last year was last year.
Exactly.
Just like on the football field.
Exactly.
These young men went 10-0 or 12-1 last year. It doesn't matter what you did last year; it's what you're doing now.
Absolutely.
So you can't rest on what you've done in the past. But we're going to have to see. And there's always ways to improve and get better. And as an administrator, that's what we have to look at. Bringing in good people and putting highly competitive people and self-motivated people in front of these kids and teaching them those tools that will help them when they get out of high school.
Exactly. And I know you have a lot of good help there. You're two right under you, administrators, Darryl White and Lindsey Foster. You couldn't do your job without them two beside you. They work very hard and they're up there all just like you all hours of the day and night.
Two great, Mr. White and Ms. Foster, they're outstanding administrators. I don't think it would miss me as much if I was gone if you took one of them out.
I agree with you.
So, we have a lot of people at GHS that are so motivated to help these kids and do what's best for these kids, and they love this school, and that's what we want. Probably the most important people in our building is Ms. Amy Smith and Ms. Kim Dillahay.
Absolutely.
When they're out, the whole thing gets out of our front office people, and then
Miss Barbara
Duke. Those people are so beneficial to our kids. And then you go into the guidance office with Miss J. Haley and Miss Lacey Williams and Ashton Scudder, the things that they do.
Yes.
I can't remember, I should have wrote the number down, how much money we got in scholarships last year. I mean,
it was in the millions.
It was in upper millions.
Yes.
I mean, it was outstanding because when you get kids that are in seniors in high school, you'll see Miss Williams is sending out Google Classroom reminds at 10:30 at night about, hey, these scholarships are due and this and that, or, one day this summer, we had a young man who was going to take the ACT on Saturday morning. Friday night, they realized he didn't have a permanent license, so we had to go print off. I went to school trying to figure it out. I hear somebody coming to business at 9:30 on Friday night, and then it's Miss Lacey. They didn't talk to her; she's coming in, But they care about the kids,
Absolutely.
and that's what we want for our kids, and that's what makes Gordonsville so special.
Of course, you have to have an athletic administrator. Coach Clemens is your athletic director.
About him.
Well, now hang on just a minute. Now we mentioned the OVRs a while ago, and I asked him what OVR meant, and he said, "Oh, that means practice is over."
He can't spell OVR. No, Coach Clemens is me and him go. I give him a hard time, but
we all do.
He's very it's very beneficial. He's been around going to high school.
Yep.
Going to high school means a whole lot to him, and he does a great job with our athletic department. And you know, it's just it's all the pieces have to be there. And,
Absolutely.
you know, hopefully we've got everything the way we should to help these kids.
Of course, the teachers in the building, you know, every day they're coming in, and I can tell you, right, I see so many teachers who actually they'll give that student a little, if they come to them and say, hey, can you help me with this? They never hesitate to do that, Coach. And to me, that's important. You mentioned that about guidance, but it takes a whole group to make sure it runs extremely well, and to me, that's just so important.
Yeah, and we have a great staff, and they care about the kids. They're there. They never, if you ask them to do something, they're always going to be there to help.
Mm-hmm.
They never question anything. You know, when we've got a lot of new faces at GHS
Yes.
this time, and a lot of former alumni that have come back home. Miss Cheryl Taylor's come back to teach junior high math. Miss Megan Campbell's come back home to teach junior high math as well. Cody Givens has returned. He's a former alumni teaching junior high social studies. Then we had Miss Brandy Jackson.
The Coach Jackson.
The Coach Jackson has come back, and she's teaching Algebra 1 this year for us. She's also our flag football coach, and she's going to be recognized in a few weeks at Tennessee Titans game. So, you know, very proud of all their accomplishments. And we also hired Miss Layla Henson. She came in last year and filled in a maternity leave, and she's took a permanent role teaching 7th grade English. And then Miss Ashley Portillo is teaching Spanish 1 this year, and I don't think I've missed anybody. I think that's all of them. So we got, you know, a lot of new faces at GHS, but I think we've put people in that the school means something to them, and the kids are going to be special to them, and it's going to help our kids
Absolutely.
all the way through.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate what you do there. I know you're always available at all times for all the staff there. I know that this school means everything to you. The student body means everything to you. The faculty means everything to you. Let's talk about right quick. You're an old coach too. You get to see what, you know, overall the athletic program right now is going well. Gordon, what's your thoughts on football coming up?
I think we've got a lot of pieces there to be very successful this year. You know, each team's unique. They've got to find their identity. We've got a lot of new faces that have come in as well. We've got a lot of returning pieces, but getting everything to mesh together, and I feel confident that our staff will do a great job getting those guys meshed together. You know, and get a senior group that can, you know, pull the group together. And I think if once we get everything together, I think we could have an outstanding year.
Absolutely, Coach Petty. We appreciate you being on. Week 1 just wouldn't be right without having you with us, and we appreciate all you do for Gordonsville High School and the community here. I know Coach Jackson appreciates you. I know Coach Brad Sykes appreciates you. Even Coach Clemens appreciates you sometimes.
He couldn't make it without me.
Well, I know he couldn't. He came in the press box last night, and I said, is your boss behind you? I said, who's that? I said, Mike Petty. I can't even describe his comments. So.
But I want to mention real quick, of course, this is our first week of school, so we had a great first week.
Yes.
Our athletic cranked up first thing. Junior high volleyball had 2 wins this week
Yes.
over Travis County and Van Buren. Junior high football had a win this week over Overton County. Golf had 2 matches this week. Millie Stinnett played second in the first match, won the second match of the week, and our boys team won on Thursday. They won the team match. Jude Summers placed tied for first. Trying to think what else. We had cross country did. They had their jamboree Thursday night. Had a
They
good
ran
showing.
Thursday, yes.
They did. I know we had a couple placed pretty high in that. High school volleyball cranks up this week with their first game versus Livingston on Tuesday. There's another one in there too. Soccer cranks up this next week.
How do you remember all this?
It's hard.
That's hard.
Well, when you see my calendar every day,
Well,
you know,
true. Got etched in
and
stone.
it's hard to understand. I mean, people don't understand. We're running. It's basically 2 schools. Because
Yes.
for every one sport, we have another sport.
Yes.
So we have a high school program, we have a junior high program.
Yes.
And it's my calendar looks. You know, each day it's not uncommon for on a single day we've got 7 different athletic teams playing.
But that's a good thing.
It
Coach.
is.
That's a good
You know,
thing.
and you know, so you're trying to go support those people everywhere. And, you know, high school football starts this week. You know, then you bring in our other groups, our band, who does a great job.
They
They'll be
compete at a high level.
They compete at a high level. You know, and they won state championship last year. And if you've ever been around the school during the summertime, those band kids
Yes.
work as hard because they're up there. They do a 2-week or 1-week camp, and they're up there from 8 o'clock till it's dark when they're gone. And I mean, they're getting it, they're marching, and they do a good job. And we've got so many different things that help our students, and you know, our CT programs, and getting in front of different job opportunities. So we're looking for a great year, and
Yep.
hopefully everything does good.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing. Coach Petty, thank you for joining us
Thank
this
you for
morning. We
having me.
appreciate it. I want to bring Brad on just for a couple of minutes right quick. He's very excited about that, I believe. So, but we appreciate Christina's Diner for allowing us to be here. Just want to talk to Brad just a couple of minutes about some Booster Club things. And Brad, I want to bring you on just to kind of say that, number one, thank you. I know Eddie Dale is not able to be here this morning, but what we did last night from a Booster Club standpoint, the Jamboree, probably the trailer, all the help in the trailer with the merchandise, the snow cones, which went amazing last night. Concessions, I think they almost sold out of everything.
Yeah, I think there
Great
was
job last night for
one
everybody who
hamburger
worked.
and one hot dog left.
And that was at your request, right?
No, the barbecue nachos
Okay.
were my request,
Okay.
but there was one hamburger, there was one hot dog left. I think Jennifer Hensley left to go get more water, and we might have had about 40 or 50 canned drinks left from the visitor side water station. But we appreciate the help last night, and there was a bunch of people up there helping, too many to even try to attempt
Yep.
to name. But the community really come through for us last night, all these parents and the football players, the Booster Club members, and it was appreciated. Because it was a long, hot day if you were up there.
And we want to tell people, if you want to be a part of this Booster Club, come join it. We got, as Eddie Dale would say, he'll find you something to do.
Tag a 0 on the ending
And
page.
tag a 0 at the end of our paychecks. No other number with it.
Yeah, and as far as the board was, I don't know what the reviews of it. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. I thought it looked really good last night. We didn't really press all the buttons.
We didn't hit all the buttons last night.
No, we're going to try to do that this week and welcome Cofield to the jungle the right way. It's going to be an entertaining show. I mean, I hope that everybody really enjoys it. The sound system sounded great. Maybe a little too loud for some people, you know. Principal kind of jumped on me a little bit about playing loud music, but we're going to dial all that in. The principal's telling me to turn it down. The head football coach telling me to turn it up. So I'm kind of
Button heads right there.
I'm kind of torn between my two buddies there. So, but there's been a lot of work go into that place in the last 6 weeks.
Yep.
Coach Trapp and Lucas with LP Creative, they have, I feel like, went above and beyond, and we've complained about some things, and Lucas picks up his phone and he
Fixed
says,
it.
"I'll fix it."
Yep.
I mean, we had a little clock malfunction the other night during the junior high game. He logged in at halftime and fixed it.
Yep.
So those guys have done a great job. We really appreciate the work that they put in. And, you know, I think they've appreciated us giving them the opportunity to come up there and change that place. So, but if anybody wants to make videos and all that, call me, because there's plenty of work to do.
We're working on
that-
some things,
in that
angles there,
department.
yes.
So, you know, if you got an idea or you want to sponsor,
If you want to buy an ad,
yeah,
we
I
still
mean,
have some ads available.
we've still got some of the bottom 2 tiers.
Yep.
You know, they're still available. You can call Jason Langford for that. His number's on the scoreboard. So
It is,
he was
yeah.
tickled to death about that the other day when he saw that. So, well, we got the Booster Club's doing a lot. We're putting a washing machine in for Coach Jackson this week. I think he's really excited about
I
that.
think the parents are too, because they don't have to wash that stuff anymore.
I-
That's okay, yeah. Football's always washed.
And
Yes.
coming from a time when I played and Mac played, you know, that stuff all went home and the mamas had to do it, and we were constantly losing stuff. But Coach Jackson's kind of, there is no excuse for you not having your stuff to practice or leaving something at home, you know, and that's a testament to he goes up there and
I
busts
agree.
his butt washing clothes, and hopefully we're going to make it easier on him this week.
This will make it easier, but that's what this booster club does. This job is to help support him. You know, let him coach football.
That's all he needs to think about.
Let him coach football, and we'll take care of the little things like that. So, Brad, thank you for all you do. We
And
appreciate
look,
it.
And thank everybody for last night. It was a big undertaking. It was a long day, but we had enough help up there last night, and I know that was really appreciated.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
all right, go Big Blue.
All right. We won't say again. We appreciate all those who logged on to watch this morning for the Christina's Diner Tiger Football Booster Club show. We'll be live from Turney Ford Field Friday night as week 1 of the NCAA high school football season will be here as, to me, one of the top games across the state, Gordonsville versus Coalfield, Friday night, 7 p.m. Be there. We'll also, Tiger Football Booster Club will be live streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube. Come out and join us and be a part of it. We'll be back here next Saturday.